Hi Libras, it's Nick and Nala. Hope you guys are doing good. So for all my Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women. This is going to be the last reading. You guys see me in this space and I'm going to be moving. So say bye-bye, take a look, off to new beginnings. And before we get started, I would like to thank BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Personally, tarot and astrology has been an amazing way to gain insight on different emotions, situations, blockages I go through, and although it can be an amazing way to overcome certain challenges, if these challenges are related to your mental health, it might then be more appropriate to speak to a licensed therapist. As some of you may already know, I'm in the middle of moving right now, and my life is changing very, very fast. And with these changes comes both exciting but also stressful and anxiety-driven mental and emotional ups and downs. So my therapist, Jeffrey, has been an amazing and great resource for me while I go through these major transitions in my life. He's really helped me process many of my worries and concerns by giving me space to kind of slow down my thoughts, which is not always easy, as you guys probably already know. He reminds me to never stop asking questions so I can figure out why I feel certain things to address the root cause and maybe help prevent it from becoming bigger than it has to be. So that has been really, really helpful for me.
What's great is that you can talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience, and they have a large network of over 20,000 therapists ready to help you that may not be available in your area. The website is easy to use. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs and what you're looking for, and then get matched with a therapist within 48 hours. You can then schedule a secure video or phone session, plus exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. If for whatever reason you don't vibe with your therapist, you can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
So be sure to check them out and use my link below to get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Nicloves, and that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Nicloves. And thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. All right, so we're gonna cover May 30th to June 5th. And this week, guys, on the 30th, we have a new moon in Gemini in your fellow air sign. So there's going to be new thoughts, new ideas, new conversations, new ways of thinking possibly. And it's also Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you get a chance to spend some time with friends or family, or just kick back, relax, and just take a day off. Then on June 3rd, we have Mercury in Taurus going direct. So yay, no more Mercury retrograde. It's going to be in the shadow period for a little bit, but it's going direct. So this is good news. We'll be able to think a little bit clearer, have more certainty in our thoughts, in our communication, no more confusion or mental fog, or at least not as much. So maybe you'll start to feel a little bit like less anxious, or not as worried, or not as emotional possibly, or as stressed as you were. But on the next day on the 4th, we have Saturn in Aquarius going retrograde. So this is pretty much giving us time to like slow down, reflect, and kind of like reevaluate our goals, our dreams, our duties, obligations, responsibilities, how we manage our time, stuff going on with our career, work, finances, family, anything related to Saturn. So if you've been putting in the work, I feel like you should be okay. Maybe you'll have some time to relax. But if you maybe been slacking or just been procrastinating, you may kind of feel like behind and may have to like pivot or try to make some changes. But regardless, everyone's going to be reevaluating and really thinking about this. And maybe even looking back and thinking who they're associated with, who should I be giving my time to, who should be in my life, who doesn't need to be in my life, and if they add any value to my life. I'm thinking about all those things. Okay, all right, so we're gonna be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards, okay? All right, guys, so when it comes to your health, well, it feels like you may be having to watch over someone, or like look after someone, maybe a pet, maybe you're babysitting or nannying or watching over your friend or family members, kids, nephews, nieces. But you may have to look after someone or take care of someone. You're just like, oh man, or maybe you enjoy it. You're just like, okay, I guess I'll just chill here, listen to music, watch Netflix or watch YouTube. But you may have to look over or look after someone or babysit, maybe last minute, or you kind of already know it's coming up. You're just like, all right, I'll just be here, I guess. But you may be a little bit bored or feeling like, okay, well, it's not terrible, but I do feel like from this experience, that may actually turn out a lot better than you think, or something good is gonna come out of it. And I'll explain that in just a little bit. Okay, and this person, place, or thing could be a Pisces, someone rising Venus, or maybe you are doing like your fulfilling or helping someone else's dream by taking care of them. Like maybe your sister, your brother, someone has to do something in regards to their like dreams or housing or career or something. You're like, okay, yeah, go do it. It's okay. I got you. It's all right. Like, I don't really want to do it, but I support you. So I'll look after your baby or your pets or your dog or cats or something. Okay. All right. And then when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, well, I like this. Okay. So I feel like you're really winning the hearts or winning the good graces of people around you, maybe at work or at school, teachers, professors, or people you're mentoring or teaching. It feels like you're really gaining their trust or gaining their love, their support. So people around you or your customers, clients, maybe are really appreciating you or really acknowledge your effort. And it feels like you're doing a good job. It's like you're intentionally trying to. You want to be a good student, or you want to be a good employer, you want to be a good boss, or have good service, good products, and you're really doing a good job at like gaining people's love and respect and trust. And that's why they keep coming back, or they keep buying your product, or showing support, or being there for you, helping you, being a good worker, I guess colleague or whatever. So it feels like you're gonna be getting along with people around you, and this is helping you with your finances, helping your career, because then you get to network, you get to make connections. People refer you or give you clients, give you suggestions, or connect you with the right people, places, things. So it feels like you're really gaining a lot of love and support, but it's because of your own work. It's because of your efforts, and it's really paying off. And you could be making friends, or people are coming to you or asking you for help, or asking you for suggestions, or just really like being very nice to you. Like maybe you're receiving good comments or good, advice, or people referring other people to you, or just like really acknowledging and saying how good your product, your service, or how good your work has been. And just giving you kind of like a pat on the back, like, wow, I'm so proud of you. So you could be feeling a lot of love at this time, or really just feeling like happy with what you're doing because you're putting your heart and soul into it. Or even if you're like at a job, or maybe you hate school but you have to do it, or you hate your job but you know that by doing this temporarily it's going to get you to your goal. You're going to be able to buy this thing, or you're going to be able to graduate, you're going to be able to like go to the next level and be able to get this other thing, or work on your side hustle, side hobby. So it's like, even whatever you're doing right now, even if it's not what you want to do, you know that eventually you're going to get to the place where you want to be, and that's motivating you. Okay. All right. Making like the most out of the situation. Like I remember when I was recently in Indiana visiting my boyfriend, we went to some store, I think like Home Goods or like TJ Maxx or something, and like the guy outside was just like, putting the carts away and stuff, but greeting everybody with so much like happiness and enthusiasm. I was like, oh my gosh, like I never see that, like hardly ever happens. But he was so nice, so funny and friendly. I'm like, man, like how cool would the world be if like everyone was just like super happy and like enthusiastic like that when you went to places, right? Like, hey, how are you? It's kind of like Trader Joe's. I feel like Trader Joe's, maybe not every Trader Joe's, but a lot of Trader Joe's, everyone there is always really nice. They're super like respectful, talkative. I know sometimes people don't want to talk, but it's nice when you go to places that people are just very nice and not like throwing your stuff away. It's like, yeah, cool, $10.95, and like hating their life, which it's not their fault, but it's also not the customer's fault as well. But it was just so nice. So regardless if you're doing something you like or don't like treat people with love and respect, and it'll go far. It'll really take you far and really make a big difference. Okay. All right. And when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side, we have the 10 of Wands, Page of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles. All right. And then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. We have the 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so as far as who you could be dealing with, it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be though, it could be any other sign, but it could be the energy this person is embodying or playing out at this time. Okay, so I see here that it's like you are both in different situations, but both of you were like starting to lose hope, starting to lose faith in finding love or finding a partner and being in a relationship, until you found each other. And now everything has changed. It's completely turned around. Your life has completely changed. Their life has completely changed. You have transformed them. They have transformed you. 10 is already repeated 3 times here. So there are major endings and new beginnings here. It's like you're ending a chapter in your life, and so are they. And now you guys are going to be entering and completing a chapter together. And I feel like the reason why I mentioned earlier that maybe you looking after someone or babysitting or whatever could lead you to actually something really good. It's because I feel like with love, the way you meet this person or the way you get together, it may really be by like luck and chance. Or it may feel that way, really, because nothing's ever like luck and chance. I feel like it's always divinely guided, but it's like you're going to be at the right place, right time, or they're going to be at the right place, right time. Like, for example, maybe you had to go babysit, right? And you're like, okay, like baby's kind of, or the little kid wants to go to the park. All right, let's go to the park. And you didn't really want to go, but you're like, all right, yeah, okay, like I don't want to be inside all day. Let's go. They want to ride their bike or play on the slides. And you're like, oh, okay. And you're out there and they kind of run out and you got to go get them. And someone is like, you know, a guy or girl's like running on the path, and maybe the little kid bumps into them. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean for, I tried to get him or get her. And that's how you start talking. Like, it was literally like an accident, or just this kid that you had to babysit or look after, or your dog or someone's dog or pet like runs into someone who's like running around the park or something, and then you guys hit it off and just start talking. Like, it could literally be something like that. I know it sounds kind of like in the movies, but it can happen for sure. Okay, but regardless of how you guys meet, or if you're already together or you haven't met this person yet, your life is gonna change. And I feel like both of you have, like, you almost were at a point where you were losing hope. You had different situations though. Like for you, it's like you were getting so tired. You're just so fed up of like all these maybe meaningless or just like relationships or connections, people you were dating or seeing that just always went nowhere. You always felt like you were the one putting all the effort, doing everything, and it was just like a waste of time. And like the moment you just stopped trying, the moment you stopped putting a little bit of effort, it fell apart because you were the only one putting effort and the other person was not putting their fair share or valuing you or trying as hard as you would, and you were just getting drained. You were exhausted. You're like, I'm tired of dating. I'm tired of trying to have relationships. Like, it's always the same, or I feel like I waste my time. It just always makes me I end up feeling like bad about myself. I end up feeling like I'm not lovable, or like nothing's ever gonna change, or that I'm just gonna be alone forever. And it was just like disappointment after disappointment, or maybe one really bad relationship that just like traumatized you or like left you deeply scarred. And you just stopped. You're like, you know what? I don't even want to keep doing this anymore. I'm done. I'm always going above and beyond, being nice and sweet, and they just take advantage of me or use me, abuse me, and I'm just done trying. So you almost just like gave up, and you didn't even want to make an effort. You didn't even want to try to itch your head like Nala. Okay, and then with this other person, they had a little bit of a different situation. Previously, maybe they were in a relationship. It could be a serious relationship or a marriage, or they were with someone, and at first it was okay, they were excited about it, but then it just started to become toxic. All they were doing was fighting, arguing. Maybe there was a lot of drama, or there was other people involved, family, friends, and they were just not happy anymore. They were always fighting with the person, or the person was always giving them a hard time, or there was abuse, there was lots of drama, conflict, other people getting in between. So their relationship or their past relationships just became super toxic, and they just like didn't have any peace. They wanted to be with someone that was going to bring them peace, not add chaos and madness and drama into their life. So their situation was a little bit different, and they just stopped. Like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want that. Like, if the person's not bringing peace in my life, I don't even want to do anything. I'll just be alone. I can be stressed and angry or I can do bad by myself, but I don't need another person to add more stress, more stuff on top of my already stressful life and worries and stuff that I have. So both of you come from a little bit different situations, but now you're going to meet, or now you found each other, you're together, and everything just fits into place. It's like perfect. It's like both of you wish you could have met earlier. Both of you wish you could have like found each other sooner, but you're very grateful that you found each other regardless. And now, after all those experiences, because it brought you together, it brought you to each other. If you didn't go through that, if they didn't go through that, maybe you wouldn't have met. Maybe you wouldn't have been ready. Maybe you wouldn't have really valued and been so happy and grateful to be with each other now, because of all the madness, all the craziness, all the heartbreak and disappointments that you've been through. Now you really cherish each other. You value each other. And both of you seem like you're at the point in your life where you were kind of like at the right stages where you both want a relationship, you want to be married, you want kids or combined families, or you're ready to settle in, you're ready to settle down and be serious, and you both have similar maybe like characteristics, or you want the same things and you're on the same path. So it feels like this relationship is already serious, or it's going to get serious very, very fast. And this person's gonna nonstop tell you how lucky they are, how lucky they feel they have you, and you're gonna feel so lucky to be with them as well. And they're gonna give you all the things that people from the past didn't do, and willingly, without you even having to say it or ask for it. They're gonna willingly give you those things, willingly want to be with you, want to take you off the market, value you, be there for you, do things for you, and make you feel important, because you are important to them. So it's beautiful. I really love it. It makes me so happy, guys. So don't lose hope out there. If you haven't met someone, you may feel like you're losing hope. There's like no one's going to come around, but trust me, out of 8 billion people in this world, there's someone for everyone. You just got to have your faith and belief and put yourself out there and know that the right person's going to come along. And when they do, and in the meantime, work on yourself, heal. So when they do come, you don't ruin it and you know how to accept it. Okay, so we're gonna dive in deeper in the extended to get more information, to see where their energy is at. What are they thinking? What are they feeling when it comes to you? What they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. All right, so we'll continue on to the extended. The link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.